How's it going, lifers? And welcome back to another episode of Slice of Life. I'm your host, Branman. So today we are talking about My Dress-Up Darling. And as always, if there's something that you feel I missed or didn't talk about it enough, then please let me know in the comments section. As always, we'll get the synopsis, what my initial thoughts were, talk about the main characters, story, animation, then finally my score and closing remarks. With that being said, let's slice into My Dress-Up Darling. So, Wakana Gojo is a high school boy who wants to become a kashirashi, a master craftsman who makes traditional Japanese hina dolls. Though he's gung-ho about the craft, he knows nothing about the latest trends and has a hard time fitting in with his class. The popular kids, especially one girl, Marin Kitagawa, seem like they live in a completely different world. That all changes one day when she shares an unexpected secret with him and their completely different worlds collide. Alright, now this anime, I know I didn't see any trailers on. I want to say I just saw the thumbnail on Crunchyroll, and it was in the lull of the spring when Saturdays I really didn't have anything to watch, and I was like, you know what, I might as well watch this and give it a couple episodes, see if it's any good. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. So the characters, we got Wakana Gojo. So while he was sort of bad at making the faces of the hina dolls, he was a master seamster. He can make the clothes extremely well. He's excellent at sewing, and he's been in love with hina dolls since the first time that he saw one at his grandfather's store, and he thought they were the most beautiful things in the world, which is what really caused him to want to make a hina dolls as a career. And he's been learning from his grandfather ever since then. Then we have Marin Kitagawa, and Marin is someone who sort of in the closet was huge into a cosplay. Like, she loves everything about the cosplay, like being able to put on the clothes of someone else and take on their personality and become that person as sort of an escape from it, from the world, which I think we all have moments that we wish we could just put on clothes of someone else and just forget about who we are for a little while. So Marin is very relatable, and I love that. We have Juju. So Juju was a popular cosplayer whose pictures really inspired Marin to want to get into cosplay. So at some point in the season, you see Juju and the Marin Gojo. They all sort of get it together to do some cosplaying, and then the last character is Shinju. And Shinju is Juju's younger sister, but looking at her, you would not expect that. Like, she's roughly about the size of Gojo, and to where she can fill out his school uniform with relative ease, if not more so, because they've made her extremely busty, and that's being very conservative. So the story in this is one day Gojo is having to borrow the sewing machine at the school, and Marin comes in because she's been trying to make her own cosplay clothes, which at this point no one knows that she's into a cosplay. Well, she finds out that the Gojo is excellent at making clothes, and after pouring her heart out to him about how much the cosplaying means to her, he decides to take on the task of making clothes for her cosplay, which turns out excellent. Like all these outfits throughout the show are amazing, albeit they are very fan servicey, but there's a lot of cosplay outfits in the real world that are just as fan servicey, if not more so, than what we see in this series. So I sort of give it a break on that, especially because a lot of what Marin chooses to cosplay as are very risque characters. Some of them are from like hentai games, so I have to give them a pass on the fan service because of that. But the story's top notch. There's an overarching story the whole time. You sort of grow to see that Marin and Gojo really like each other, and to the point that Marin's almost thinking that Gojo is her boyfriend already, but they haven't really said anything or really anything like that. And there's one episode that you could swear something is going to happen if they did not run out of time, and I'm looking forward to see if they continue with that in the second season, which I don't know if it's gotten a second season or not, but hopefully it does. The animation in this, once again, sort of as I've said in my last couple episodes, animation's top notch. Like, it works perfectly for this show, and there's really not much else I can say. Like, they really animate all the clothes extremely well. They make sure the Hina dolls look perfect. Like, everything you could possibly want in the animation, it's there. Like, again, you're not going to get the top of the animation that you would in like Demon Slayer, My Hero, any of those, but you get just as good in the context of the anime. So with my closing remarks and my score, I probably give this a solid 9. Like, there's really not much I can pick apart in this other than you can tell the writer really wanted to make something that was almost pure fan service. And again, since it was written that way, I can understand it, so I don't really dock any points for that. But as I said, I hope that this gets a second season if it hasn't been announced already, and if it has, I can't wait for a second season. And it's something I think everyone should at least give a shot. It may not be your taste, but it's very wholesome when it wants to be, and that was sort of what kept me watching, was the wholesomeness about it. And again, just like with the last couple of animes I've done, it's 12 episodes, so it's not a great time commitment. And I think I've got nothing else for you, so don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and all that fun stuff. There should be a couple more videos to click, and if one on the left isn't your style, maybe the one on the right is. But that's going to do it for me today. So without further ado, peace.